How many times have you returned to this point? I have not counted. 3 years. You're here almost every single night. And as time goes by, your memory is beginning to fade.
How's that? A little better?
Don't stand in my way. No matter how long I linger here, no matter how deep the truth is hidden within the shadows, I will find it.
Alright, let's try that.
Then I guess you have no time to lose. The key to the case is that book.
That book. I inked a pact with death. Why would you do that? Yes? Okay, good, good. Awaited his arrival patiently. Tonight he finally knocked on my door. Oh, I already really loved the voice acting. Oh, he's dead as fuck. Oh, never mind. False alarm. Everybody relax. Oh. Unexpected misfortune. Well, this one's easy. That guy did it. He had the knife and everything. Open up. If you won't open these doors, we're breaking in. Oh man. Uncle. How could this possibly be? Okay, so that's who died. 30 minutes later. Open and shut case. The murderer is sleeping like a baby at the scene of the crime. I can't seem to clear my mind. The murderer. Well, yeah, man, you were holding a knife. It's not looking good for you. Wouldn't that be just self-defense? So, okay, here we go. Tap the left and right arrows, or A and D to control movement. Oh, well. Sorry, I was just okay. This game is gonna get me killed. I'm just a detective. Oh, this is our detective. Interesting.
麻布头我要激动，让他把话说完吧。验明正身还是必要的。
Calm down, Officer Ma. Allow him to finish. We need to verify his true identity.
在下沈仲平，是一名旅行侦探。
仲平 ，traveling detective. Okay,
我和我的
okay.
助手阿福是昨天晚上才到这座小镇的，为取一份旧案的线索。
My assistant Afu and I arrived in this town last night to obtain clues on an old case.
我们乘的船中途出故障了，折腾到深夜才靠岸。
Our steamship broke down midway. We struggled until late to reach shore. Okay. Oh, so we're back in time.
没想到咱们这么晚才到，还不是因为我们的天才发明家烧了发电机。这是船长的错，我很早就提醒过他换零件了。船长最大的错误就是让你碰发电机。
Shouldn't be allowed to go near a generator. So this is Afu. Have a good day, Shironi. Okay. Oh, space. Okay.
你还好吗？
Oh, she's out of here.
怎么跑了？或许有难言之隐吧。那我们继续赶路吧。
She was crying.
话说回来，你要拜访的这位作家，真的跟那桩悬案有关？我有预感，他会成为
Lead to the breakthrough we
案子的
need.
突破口。
Novelist. This reminds me of those old point-and-click games with the style and all. Yeah, I really like it. Oh wait, what's this? Oh, evidence. Wait, this is really cool. Okay, and we can go back through and see what people have said. Glossary, facts, knowledge. Oh, we can change our look? Wow, this is sick. Long red coat brightens up, usual subdued look. Spring festival. Some scenes do not support outfit changes. I kinda like this, this is cool. Does he have two? Oh, he does. Oh, he can match, but... Oh no, I kinda like his original look. And then just our settings. Oh, an achievement. Change of attire, a wardrobe change, is essential. Oh. I guess this is one of those scenes where it's not supported. I wasn't supposed to find that yet, I don't think.
往院子里走，就到目的地了。咱们一会儿见。啊？我不一起吗？你得找零件修船。好吧，好吧，早点回来，我去找零件了。
Wow, Afu's voice actor is so nice. Oh, shift to walk. What is this, Valorant? Can I jump? No. Okay, I'm gonna make a guess, right? I'm gonna guess the novelist is not with us.
谁呀？都这么晚了。
Never mind, he's fine.
在下沈正平，与罗贝先生约好今日见面。
Oh, he had an appointment with Mr. Lowe.
途中遭遇风暴，耽误了行程，不敢失了先生的约，才冒昧深夜前来。
Did not wish to miss our appointment, so I took the liberty of arriving at such late hours.
沈仲平，我们什么时候见过吗？
Have we met before? He doesn't even know
我们
us.
素未谋面，一直都是书信来往。
We have never met in person. We have always communicated through letters.
啊，想起来了，请稍等啊。
Okay. Gotta wait for him to get decent.
沈先生，请进。
Sorry. I was drinking my chai tea.
麻烦沈先生稍等一下，
Oh, this is the place.
我得把手头的故事写完，怕断了思路。
Must finish writing the story on hand. I do not wish to break my train of thought. This is such a pet peeve of mine. When I am like really into a scene that I'm writing or something, and somebody just comes in and starts yapping to me, I can literally feel the thought like running away as they're yapping to me. It's like, please just go away. I will come out when I'm ready.
没关系，我在一旁静候便是。
No need to worry. I shall bide my time and await for yours.
晚上天凉，想麻烦先生帮我关门，挂上门栓。
It's cold in the evening. Could I trouble you to close the door and hang the latch for me? Yeah, sure. Okay. And hang the latch. Okay, this is important. This is part of the clue, right? So he gets murdered, but we latch the door. So it has to be something in this room. Is that? No, it can't be. Okay, shift to walk. Right. Have to remember. Alright, so big clue, right? The door is closed and latched. at the time of the murder. Western style mirror. It seems out of place compared with the other furniture in this room. Okay. Interesting. Can I inspect this, surely? It looks so out of place. No, I don't want to interrupt him. A wardrobe slightly taller than a person. A lock hangs from the handlers. The handlers? The handles. Guys, I'm so tired. If I am fucking up, I apologize in advance. There are piles of old books underneath the novelist's bed. They're all covered in dust, which means that he has not read them in quite a while. I think it's typical for writers, honestly. I know you're supposed to like read a lot when you're a writer, but there are times where when I'm really into writing, I don't read as much as I should, probably. He said not to bother him, but someone's hiding in the wardrobe? How would they get out if it's got the lock on it? Unless maybe we unlock it at some point and that's when they attack. Big brain thinking. I feel like I should be able to interact with these little treats. Kind of looks like mochi, but I feel like it's probably not that. Oh, I don't want to interrupt him, but I don't know what else to do, so...
门已关上，先生可以放心。
Ah, okay. The door has been closed. Please be at ease.
我这次前来，确实是有要事。
I came here today on account of an important matter.
先生可曾听说过3年前发生在英国伦敦的那种奇案？
Have you ever heard of the peculiar case that happened in London 3 years ago? Oh, he so has.
案子的事情我们慢慢聊。
Let's take our time to talk about this case. What does that mean?
沈先生舟车劳顿，应该还没有吃东西吧？
You must be tired from traveling afar. I'm sure you haven't had anything to eat yet.
这里有些本地特色的炒糕，就在我旁边的箱子上，请先生务必尝一尝。
There are some local rice cakes on the chest beside me. Please, I insist, have a taste. I'm suspicious, but maybe just because it's a horror game.
那就恭敬不如从
Or
命。
a murder game, I should say. That it would be rude of me to decline, yeah. Rice cakes.
盘子里摆着几块晶莹剔透的糕点。
There are a few pieces of translucent pastries on the plate. Okay, we are hungry.
确实有些饿了，我就吃一块吧。
I'm quite hungry, perhaps just one piece. I feel like you should eat from the one that's already got a bite, honestly. Oh no, we eat a whole new one, okay.
不对，这糕里
Yeah. Could have seen that coming.
事情就是这样。我吃下那块炒糕后就晕了过去，直到大人们出现。
That is what had happened. After I ate the cake, I lost consciousness until you all arrived. So is it not his
说
assistant?
你是被人下药了，才晕倒在房间中的吗？
So you're saying that you fainted inside this room because someone had drugged you?
的确如此。
That is correct.
狡辩！即便被人下药了，凶手也只可能是你。
I told you not to weasel, even if you were drugged. The only possible murderer is you.
本部手握铁证，是绝技不可能弄错的。
I've got ironclad proof. There's no way I'm wrong. What's the proof?
不知能否请马捕头详细说一说，你手中的铁证是什么？
Officer Ma, would it be possible to ask you to elaborate on what the ironclad proof is? Yeah. What are you talking about? Oh.
大胆，竟敢挑衅本部！
He's like, it's my gut. How dare you trying to provoke me?
理越辩越明。知县大人也一定想听听你的分析，才能避免弄错，不是吗？
Truth fears no questions. Surely the judge also wants to see your proof to avoid misjudgment.
罗佩是本地名人，本官必要给乡民一个交代。
Lope is a local celebrity. I must account for this properly to townspeople.
马捕头就说说吧，人抓的我也安心点儿。
Tell us what you know then, Officer Ma, just so I could be at peace with this arrest.
好，让你清楚自己是如何被抓的。
Fine, just so you know how you got caught. Oh. Deduction. Reason for
警
suspecting.
章直线，原因很简单，直到我们发现尸体之前，
Oh,
这个房间都处于密闭的状态。
he's improving. Okay. Judge Chang, it's simple. Up until we found the corpse, this room was completely sealed off.
密闭状态，
Sealed off.
屋内唯一的窗户装有木格，人是不可能进出的。
The window frame prevents anyone from entering or leaving through it, right?
屋门又是从内侧插上了门栓，
The door was bolted from the inside.
若非本捕一脚踹断了门栓，我们都进不了屋。
If I hadn't broken the latch with my totally epic, awesome karate kick, we wouldn't even have been able to get in.
这意味着，凶手只可能是案发时还在屋内的人。
Which means that the murderer could only be somebody who was already in the room. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too when we bolted the door.
也就是你，
And that somebody, dun dun dun, is you.
怎么会这样？
How could this be?
房间是密闭的，还是我自己挂上的门栓？
The room was sealed off, and I was the one who hung the door latch. What if he murdered himself and framed a guy? That's what I was thinking, Lily. I think he's trying to get out of whatever happened in London 3 years ago.
理是不是越辩越明了？
Ain't the truth as clear as day now?
还不认罪？
Won't you just confess already?
马捕头刚刚的分析还是很清晰的，我想应该不会弄错了。
This guy is so chill. Look at his shirt. Officer Ma's deduction seems quite precise. I believe there has been no misjudgment.
沈先生，除非你能出示一份能证明你自己无辜的决定性证据。
Mr. Shen, unless you are able to provide conclusive evidence to prove your
否
innocence,
则，本官就要下令将你羁押了。
I'll have no choice but to give orders to take you into custody.
我的双手都被绑着，该如何在这么短的时间里找到决定性的证据？
Get it, guys? My hands are tied. But he said both of my hands are tied because he's tied up. But it's also a saying, like a term. How am I supposed to find evidence in such a short time?
沈正平，你要冷静下来，通过观察和推理来解决问题。
Calm down, Shen. This problem can be solved through observation and reasoning.
一切行为都会在现场留下痕迹。
All actions are bound to leave a trace on the scene.
我很清楚被害人不是我杀的，有人设了局来陷害我。
I'm absolutely sure that I did not murder the victim. Someone is trying to frame me.
因此，在现场遗留的痕迹中，一定能找到所谓的
So
矛盾存在。
I will be able to find a contradiction within the traces left behind at the scene.
在回答知县的问题前，我必须先仔细观察一下现场。
Before I answer Judge Chang's questions, I need to carefully observe the scene first. Okay. Crime scene investigation. Pump, pump, pump. Oh, okay. Investigate. Short blade stained with blood. Blood? This should be the murder weapon, found within my grasp and now seen as evidence against me. Oh, bloodstained dagger. A dagger stained with blood. Okay, okay. New clue. Several long continuous blood spatters on the floor. They are cast-off patterns. Wait, what? They are cast-off pattern bloodstains. There is an evident gap within the 3 longest bloodstains. How could this be? Oh, dude, you're asking the wrong person, I fear. A gap in the bloodstain is most likely caused by something being removed, yeah? The disruption of the bloodstain was likely because something blocked the path of the splatter. Yeah. The appearance of a gap shows that something that was once there has been moved. Okay, we're building up. The victim died facing upwards with multiple wounds on his chest, clothes stained with blood. My hands and feet are tied, so I can't get any closer to see any other details of the corpse. Oh, now your feet are tied too? This is the only part of him that has any blood on it though. The blood on my sleeve most probably belongs to the deceased. Seems like there is also blood on my back as well. On his back. Maybe it was you there because you have blood on your sleeve. Yeah, and he just said I have blood on my back too. Right, so if I was passed out on the floor, face down, and then the guy, whoever it was, came in, murdered the novelist, the blood would have gone on my back, right? And then they move him. So it proves that I was laying on the floor this whole time. Whenever this went down, I was passed out on the floor. Quit moving, you punk. What are you trying to do? Officer Ma, could I trouble you to help me take off my coat? Oi! How dare you order me around? I would like to take a look at the back to see if it is also stained with blood. Indeed, Mr. Shen, there are blood stains on your back. That's gotta be Master Lo's blood. Okay. The left sleeve and the back. Oh, completed. Have you found evidence that can prove your innocence? Yeah, I think so, right? This piece of evidence will be able to prove my innocence. I think this. If the blood is on your back, there is no way that you were the one handling the person. He would have been passed out on the floor. Here's proof. Oh, achievement. Evidence is the key to everything. Officer Ma is a person able to kill someone with a dagger while having his back towards them. Of course not. If so, this blood-stained coat will be able to prove my innocence. So this coat ain't yours. It is mine. I am wearing it. Oh my god, this guy is a little thick, huh? What kind of nonsense is this? With dagger and blood, you're still saying you ain't guilty. Mr. Shen, how does this blood-stained coat prove that you are innocent? Not that I'm wearing it. Yeah, it's my coat. Because, as you can see, I'm wearing it. It's on my back, so it's mine. Take a look at where the bloodstains are. They appeared on the back and not across the chest. That's what I said. So what does that imply? It implies that I had my back towards the victim when his blood was spilled. See, me and Shen are right there, right there. As my back is facing the victim, I'm unable to raise a dagger to stab his chest. What? That doesn't even make any sense. You must have turned your clothes inside out when you committed the murder. Then it would be on the inside of my coat. Such trickery is nothing new to me. Man, this guy is reaching. What do we do to this guy? Officer Ma, you idiot. Please look here. The floor has multiple cast-off pattern bloodstains, including one with a noticeable gap. It shows that there was once something there that had been moved later on. This guy... Okay, I'm sorry. This guy is so stupid. Someone messed with the crime scene? Nah, dude, it's on my back. that something was probably me.
我没猜错的话，
Yeah.
我背上的血渍应该能与地上的血迹拼合起来。
If I am right, the bloodstain on my back should be able to match the bloodstain on the floor. Dumbass. How is he the officer here? He is so certain.
这便能证明，案发时我已经晕倒在地上。
This will prove that I was unconscious on the floor during the time of the crime. Oh.
而倒在地上的我，是没办法持刀捅人，并留下那样的血迹的。
I would not have been capable of stabbing him to create such bloodstains as I laid on the floor, passed out.
有一定道理。
There is some truth to that. He do be spitting facts, though.
因此，事实的真相是，
Therefore, the truth of the matter is,
凶手杀死罗佩后，把刀柄塞到我手中，借机嫁祸给我。
after the murderer killed Lope, he planted the dagger in my hands to frame me for his crime. I feel like, wasn't there like a person in the room with Lope before we arrive? I don't remember who it was, but
即便全身被绑，也能冷静地分析、还原现场情况。
even while you are completely tied up, you are still able to calmly analyze the crime scene.
沈先生令我刮目相看呐。
Mr. Shen, that's impressive. Yeah, well, I read a lot of Sherlock Holmes growing up, so you know.
看来你果然是个侦探。
It seems that you really are a detective.
大人过奖了，
Fact
我的嫌疑
unlock.
终于洗清了吗？
Detective, okay. You flatter me, Judge Shen. So my suspicion has finally been cleared.
屋内就你和罗翁，你不是凶手，难道罗翁是自杀不成？
As the only two people in this room, if you ain't the murderer, you saying he killed himself.
若想知道真相，我需要
Doubt
全面地
raised.
调查一下现场。
If I want to find out the truth, I need to thoroughly investigate the crime scene.
但我手脚被绑，调查不便，不知张大人是否可以？
However, with my hands and feet tied, it is impossible for me to investigate.
麻布头，要不我们给他松绑？
Officer Ma, how about we untie him? Come on now.
大人，关于他。
Lord, what if I what?
大人放心，在查清案子之前，我绝不离开这里。
Rest assured, I will not leave this place until we get to the bottom of this.
你要是敢在我眼皮子底下耍花招，
If you try any funny business, you'll pay. Alright. Finally allowed to move around in this room. I need to investigate the crime scene as quick as possible. I can't miss a single detail. Oh, let's go! Our outfit change! Throughout the investigations, I will surely encounter many doubts. I should think carefully. Okay. Here we go. Is this the person that was in the room before? She who went? Oh wait, and then wasn't there also a lady? There was a lady crying outside, right? Did Lobai commit suicide? Oh, I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll see, huh? Let's go to... I want to check out this stuff. Detective. The Chinese word for detective appeared in the Song dynasty at the latest. Oh, jeez. Originally used as a verb meaning to inspect and inquire, the word was later developed to also be used as a noun. For example, the alms mentioned in the Memorandum for the Reprisal of Matters in Jitown, written during the Ming dynasty, included detective, which is equivalent to scouts in modern times. By the end of the Qing dynasty and the beginning of the Republic of China, whoa, we got a whole history lesson going here. With the emergence of large quantities of detective fiction, such as Detective World and the stories of Sherlock Holmes, hell yeah, brother! The term detective had evolved to refer specifically to investigators working on a case. Oh, cool. How do I get to... here we go. Cast off pattern bloodstains. Yeah, I never heard this term before, cast off. I thought it was like when you are setting sail, right? you cast off. Cast off pattern bloodstains are created when blood is released or thrown from a blood-bearing object in motion onto a surface. Linear or arc-shaped in general, they are often distributed on surfaces situated in higher locations, such as the upper end of the wall and ceilings. At times, the same cast-off pattern bloodstain will span across two surfaces, the ceiling and the wall and the floor. Huh, interesting. Cast off. Alright, let's do some detective work. Let's start over here. And we make our way. Let's examine. Simple and modest front door made of pine wood. Broken latch still hangs on the door, exposing the brown lines within. Officer Ma, did you say that you broke this door latch with your kick? When I got here, that Lo Shiwen was shaking the door with all his might. What good would that do when the door is locked from the inside? I got anxious, so I went up and BAM! Kicked the door right open. Hiya! He fucking did a flying aerial kick. So I'm wondering, I don't know. Shiwen is suspicious in my opinion. Cause you think somebody is dying and you're just, I don't know, lightly shaking the door. Suspicious. The wooden box is filled with books that Lo Pai published. Ghost in the Well, Bells and Bones, Mysterious Echo, The Confined Room Mystery. Oh, The Confined Room. Unfortunately, this copy of The Confined Room Mystery is not the original manuscript. You like The Confined Room Mystery too? Oh, are we about to bond with Officer Ma? The reason why I came to visit Lo Pai was to speak with him about this book. You got good taste. The death scenes in The Confined Room Mystery were absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Officer Ma, do you know where the inspiration of this book comes from? I ain't got a clue, but Master Lo was an extraordinary fella. Anything could have inspired him. We're living in that book right now? That's what I'm thinking. But if we're talking about good storytelling, it's gotta be Swordsman's Case. Oh man. They are fanboying out right now. It's a real dang shame we'll never get to read the next volume. Okay, I could talk to him, but maybe we wait. I can see my reflection in the Western style mirror. This is the second time he's like mentioned the mirror being weird. Will I be able to clear my name? Okay. Let's look at the plate, right? Oh, I guess we're looking at the body. Okay. This is Lo Pai's corpse. Should I commence an autopsy? An autopsy? Right here? Right now? Sure. External autopsy. Press the screen. What did that say? Okay, it moves way too fast. Press the screen and what? Oh, hold the magnifying glass. Investigate. Okay. His chest is stained with blood. Among the 3 evident stab wounds, 2 were fatal. And 1 was for show. The wound is small and deep. The shape of the wound is consistent with the blood-stained dagger. The locations of the 3 stab wounds are irregular and in different directions as well. Oh, this is cool. 3 fatal stab wounds. Male corpse declared legally deceased. Okay. Okay. Oh, there we go. There's white powder on the collar of the deceased. White powder. Coke? Somebody was hyped up. Feels like something made from... Oh, it's just rice cake, guys. Everyone settle down. These are crumbs from the rice cake. They were partying. Someone went into a rager. Holy. Okay, so he ate one of the rice cakes. So was he also passed out during the murder? Traces of white powder. Suspected rice cake. Hair. Oh, his hair, I see. A faint fragrance can be smelled from the hair of the deceased. The scent isn't from flowers, incense, or cologne. It It seems to resemble a scent similar to camphor wood. Camphor. Hints of camphor wood. What is camphor wood? There were no abnormalities found on the limbs. Okay, okay. No hesitation wounds or defense wounds are present on any part of his body. Okay, so he must have been passed out then. Or actually, if there are no defense wounds, it could mean that he committed suicide, right? Because... oh, I see. So he ate the rice cake so that he would pass out, and then stabbed himself, right? Because 2 were fatal, but 1 was like sloppy, so maybe he was starting to pass out or something. Interesting. The deceased is in his undergarments and his coat is gone. I've searched the entire room for it, but it is nowhere to be found. If this room is a locked room, how could the coat disappear into thin air? Doubt raised. Disappearing code. Okay. Color. His mustache is crooked. Upon further inspection, there's glue on the underside. What? Wait, so this isn't really him? The mustache shape looks Western, not Han Chinese. Apparently the deceased is wearing a fake mustache. What the helly? So is it not verified? Is this not Lopai? Autopsy report. Death by stabbing, no defense wounds, wore a fake mustache, only dressed in undergarments. Hair smelled of camphor wood. I've completed investigations on the course. I need to reconsider relative clouds of doubt. Okay. Is that here? No. Glossary. Hesitation wounds. Hesitation wounds, also known as tentative cuts, refer to a series of self-inflicted shallow cuts made by people considering a suicide attempt. Ah, before the final cut. Ooh. Trigger warning. Sorry, y'all. These non-lethal cuts may be due to psychological contradictions, trying out the weapon to test its sharpness, experiencing feelings of pain, etc. Oh, that's sad. And then there are defense wounds. Defense wounds refer to the injuries inflicted upon the victim when resisting an attack from the assailant. There are generally 2 types of defense wounds: incised wounds on the palms and finger joints, penetrating wounds on the palms and arms. Defense wounds don't appear in every homicide case, however. The presence of a defense wound, especially multiple defense wounds, must be key evidence of murder. Yeah. That's what I think I learned this from one of the Sherlock Holmes books, where like if there is no sign of defense wounds, then they start suspecting suicide because a person didn't try to fight back. Maybe the rice cakes were drugged, so he didn't feel as much pain. Yeah, maybe. I think whoever this is, because I don't think this is Lopai, right? Whoever this is, I think they got drugged and then set up to look like Lopai. Because think about this, right? When we walk in the room, one of the rice cakes already had a bite taken from it, right? So somebody already had a bite taken from it, and then maybe they were put in that wardrobe. Okay, hang on, I'm thinking. This is what happened, okay? Somebody came to visit Lopai before us. They offered him part of the rice cake, he took it, and got drugged. And then they hid the unconscious body in the wardrobe, so that when we came knocking, you know, we wouldn't find the body. And then the lady outside that was crying knew the person that came in here. I think that's what happened. It was all a grand setup from the beginning. There were several pieces of rice cakes on the plate, but now they're all gone. Yeah, he probably cleared it away, so that way it wouldn't be suspected of drugging. Okay, let's see. Desk. Lopai's desk is placed in front of the window. When I met him last night, he was bent over his desk, writing the entire time. Let me take a look at what he has on his desk. Dude, I'm investigating. Can you let me do my job? This Officer Ma guy. What do you think you're doing? Quit moving around. I need to examine the desk and see if there are any clues. Who knows if there are any unpublished manuscripts sitting on the desk? You can't just go snooping around and touching stuff. Dude, that's what an investigator does. Officer Ma, I understand your concerns, but I merely wish to investigate. I'll be careful. You better be. I'll be keeping a close eye on you from right over here. I got you, man. From right here. And that's why his coat is gone, because the murderer was wearing it to pretend it was really him. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Crime scene investigation. Wait, so you think also the murderer isn't Lopai? You think it's someone else? You think Lopai is like not even here, missing somewhere? Because at first I was thinking that Lopai was the murderer. There's a pile of blank rice papers in the drawer with a paperweight placed on top. Next to the papers are 2 new pens, 3 candles, and a box of matches. There's also a small box. It is an ink cartridge made of tin holding a half-used ink block. Okay. There's a pile of blank rice papers. Is this the same thing? Yeah, okay. That's the same thing. Here is a book titled Tales of the Moon Colony. There are several magazines underneath it, all of which are illustrated fiction. A stack of newspapers, various issues of the Shanghai News have all published Lopai's works. Okay. A rack with 4 calligraphy brushes hanging on it, a piece of oil paper underneath the rack. The ink on one of the calligraphy brushes has not dried out yet. Okay, the one that he was using. A simple square-shaped inkstone. There are several plum blossoms engraved on one side. There's a layer of residual ink on the inkstone that is starting to harden into a gelled state. And you can click on everything. Common white glazed candlestick. There is still half a stick of unburned candle on top. Alright, what about these? Stack of books on the table, including The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Hell yeah, brother! Night King Dynasty. Okay, there are 2 missing, 2 brushes. We're still missing something. Okay, it's the same thing. Can I not, like, pick something in particular? No. What else am I missing? The window? Maybe. Frame on the window that would stop a person from climbing in or out. No traces of scaling. Yeah, okay. Just a window. Just not been able to find any useful clues. Seems like something is missing from the table. Unusualness of the desk. Okay, we'll talk to people in a minute. A wardrobe slightly taller than a person is locked. Let me try to pick the lock open. Oh, I thought there would be a minigame like a Skyrim or something. Oblivion. I give up. If only Afu was here. He's very skilled in things like this. Where is Afu, actually? Where's my boy Afu? A walnut bedside table. There are books and several old newspapers on top. Within the bedside table are undergarments and such. One of these newspapers carried the news of Lopai publishing his novel. The photo on this newspaper. The one on the left is Lopai, and the one on the right seems to be the lady we saw last night. Oh, okay. I have a lot of theories now? Yeah, my detective radar is going all over the place. According to this, the young lady is Liu Pishang, an editor who helped Lo Pai publish his books. Oh, an editor, okay. So the lady we saw outside last night was an editor. She must also know that he was planning to do something like this, right? That's why she was crying. There are piles of old books underneath the novelist's bed. They're all covered in dust, which means that he has not read them in quite a while. Do you think maybe he's been dead for quite some time, actually? Did Lo Pai commit suicide? Disappearing coat, unusualness of the desk. Alright, let's talk to these people. Uncle. Ah, yeah. Now that you're gone, I am truly alone. Sorry for your loss. In order to uncover the truth, I need to ask you a few questions. Oh. You're the one who murdered him? There's no need for your crocodile tears? Okay, first of all, I'm not crying. Second of all, we just went through this whole thing where I'm not the murderer, okay? Someone murdered your uncle and framed me. I'm sure you would like to find out the truth as much as I do. Go on and ask then. Let's ask about people. Within your uncle's interpersonal relationships, have you ever noticed someone suspicious? Aren't you the most suspicious person? What did I do? What did I do? Then let me pose this question differently. Did your uncle hold any grudges against anyone? My uncle was very friendly, but he held some kind of grudge against Yang, the errand runner. Huh. What kind of grudge? Yang attempted to steal coins from the table during a delivery, but my uncle caught him. Yang was seized by the government and got beaten for it too. Holy. Okay, someone with motive. When did this occur? It was about half a month ago, so 2 weeks. So I'm sure he's still bitter about it. Do you suspect that Yang murdered him out of vengeance? After all, he's the one who delivers rice cakes to my uncle. Oh. Also, when I arrived here this morning, he was already here. I don't know how long he'd been. Now that I recall, he did have a sort of sneaky look on his face. Oh, now that you recall? Seems that it is necessary to talk about this issue with Yang. Yeah, okay. Grudge between Lo Pai and Yang. Please tell me about the events you encountered this morning. Every morning I come by Uncle's place to help him with jobs that he's too busy to deal with. There has to be someone to take care of mundane tasks like cleaning up and feeding the chickens. Chickens? What do you do for a living? My uncle pays me. I also help him organize his manuscripts sometimes. I love that it's like bright red. I just picture him. I also help him organize his manuscripts sometimes. I understand. Please continue recounting what happened this morning. I came to visit Uncle like usual, but I couldn't hear a sound from the room, which was strange. When I arrived, I saw Yang was already here. He said that he didn't see my uncle either. I knocked on the door for quite a while, but no one answered. I have a sensitive nose, so I kept sensing the smell of blood coming from inside the room. Okay, wait, can I just go on a tangent real quick? I really love the anime Demon Slayer, right? I think it's great, and I like the characters a lot, I like the art style a lot. But the amount of times that Tanjiro mentions that he has a sensitive nose, it's like 2 or 3 times every fucking episode. It drives me nuts. And then this guy here, I have a sensitive nose. I could sense the smell of blood coming from inside the room. You could smell blood through a door. Okay. This guy is suspicious to me. The officer should have I broke open the door with my sweet kick in red, yeah. Like, okay, you're so special with your sensitive nose, bro. Tanjiro, like, I actually genuinely like Tanjiro as a protagonist. I don't usually like protagonists, but I like Tanjiro as a protagonist. but every single time that he has to mention his fucking nose, I like lose a little bit of respect for him. It's like, yeah, we know, okay? You tell us every episode. Or he also tells us, what does he say? He has like a hard head. Multiple times throughout the series, he says, I have a hard head. And it's like, yeah, I get it. I don't know, you're like a demon descendant or something. I get like they're hinting at something, but multiple times, dude, shut up about your hard head. Okay, tangent over. Let's get back to it. I kept sensing the smell of blood coming from inside the room. I felt like something was terribly wrong, so I told Yang to hurry and get someone. When we finally entered the room, I found that my uncle had been murdered. There's been a murder! Go on and ask then. Okay, I don't have any more questions. Well, actually, I have a lot of questions, but not for you, I guess. Okay, we did everything there. Let's talk to Officer Ma. Nope. Not what I meant to do. Officer Ma. I can't believe Lord would allow you to join in on investigations. Well, that is my job, so... Okay. Don't even try to play any tricks. I'm watching your every move. Man, police are the same all over the world, huh? So quick to reach for their weapon. Okay, sorry, that was a loaded joke. Ah, get it? Loaded. Anyway, rest assured, officer, I will uncover the actual murderer. You better. Keep in mind, don't mess up the crime scene with your incompetence. Alright. In order to find out the truth, I would like Officer Ma to answer a few of my questions. Alright. Events before I awoke. Officer Ma, were there any other people present when you arrived on scene? What happened? Why are you asking so much? Are you trying to say that I didn't protect the crime scene? No, dude, I just told you I have to ask questions and you said go ahead. Let me give you the facts. Everything is exactly the way it was when we arrived. No one's allowed to mess with the crime scene under my watch. No, I know. I'm not talking about the crime scene. I'm talking about the people. Yeah, you misunderstand me, Officer Ma. I just want to know what happenings occurred before I awoke. When we got here, Lo was shaking the door, saying he smelled blood coming from inside. I was worried about Master Lo, so I went up to the door and kicked it right open. With my karate chop kick. After that, well, you know what happened after. I suppose no one could have come in or gone out during that period. Obviously. I've got a soldier standing guard outside the courtyard. We searched the entire premises, but we didn't find others, during which no one left either. That's why the murderer is definitely you. Who else could it be? Okay, this guy needs to calm... This guy needs to calm down. I understand. Once I complete my investigations, I will explain everything to you. Lo Pai's relationships. Seems you admired the victim. Well, of course. Master Lo was a great novelist. Everybody respects him. Does Lo Pai have any relatives? His wife died young and they had no children. He's got a good-for-nothing nephew, though. Dude, the good-for-nothing nephew is right here. Shh. Over there, the one who won't quit sobbing. Stop crying already. I'm sick of that awful noise. Dude, this guy sucks. Alright. Okay. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Yeah, let's talk to the judge. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary when you arrived? I was not aware of anything unusual. Lo shook the door. Officer Ma kicked it open, and we found you and Lo Pai covered in blood. I suppose no one suspicious was discovered during that process. Well, none at all. What kind of person was Lo Pai? Lo Pai gained great fame when his book Chamber of Doubts was serialized in the Shanghai news. As the first celebrity to come from this town in decades, naturally he was loved by all. This town was originally named Qingxi Town. To comply with popular will, we renamed it Paro Town. What? You renamed the town because of a book? I mean, okay. Sure. Okay, so they're probably not gonna let me go outside, right? Oh. Shen, I've been waiting for you. Is that Afu? Is that my boy? I heard there's been a murder in that house. His Honor has orders that there is to be no shouting at the crime scene. Dude, you're gonna wake the dead. The little shrug. Shen, you don't look very well. Is everything alright? Wait, I kind of like Afu a lot. Hold on, I have to change his outfit now. I've grown to like this weird little boy. Let's see. We can make him look quite dapper. Oh, but wait, he's got like a little rat tail in this one. Oh, he has them in all of them. Unlocks after completing chapter 4. Okay, I want to get this one, I think. Shen, you don't look very well. Is everything alright? I'm fine. However, I'm afraid I will have to stay here until the truth is uncovered. Have you found a murderer? Who's the prime suspect? Ha! You're looking at him. At the moment, the prime suspect is me. I can't believe the murderer was actually you, Shen. Let me help you. Yeah, that's not gonna fly. His Honor has orders that random people aren't allowed to enter. Soldier, I'm not just some random person. I'm the random person. His Honor's orders that I need to guard this gate, so you aren't allowed to enter. Soldier, Zhang Shan asked you to guard the gates and keep out those uninvolved in this case, right? You're not wrong. If someone is relevant, should he be allowed to enter? That's true. Soldier, Shen is unfortunately a suspect in this case. He's trying to clear his name. As I am his trustworthy assistant, don't you think that I am also involved in this case? A new soldier would understand. Dude, they're not even... he doesn't have a name. You're the accomplice! The accomplice is also involved in investigations. You can come in and be investigated. Aww. Poor Shen, this is way above his pay grade. Investigations can't be delayed. See, now I don't trust this. Okay, if he was that easy to convince, right, to let Afu in, I don't know how much I really trust that he didn't let somebody else out. So that is your evaluation of this case? Nope, this is just a sigh for becoming an accomplice. It was good enough that they allowed you to come in. Hurry up and help me investigate. Okie dokie. Alright. I don't know what having him here will help, but maybe he has more insight. Hey Shen, what is this? These rice cakes are a local delicacy. I had a piece last night. Oh! How did you pause, Shen? How did you feel after you ate a piece last night? I did not feel much. I had a piece and lost consciousness right after. Seeing your reaction, this bundle of rice cakes probably is not laced with knockout drugs. Okay, so somebody else brought the rice cakes, maybe? Mr. Official, when can I go? I still have some steamed buns to deliver. Oh, steamed buns. That would be so good right now. Excuse me, who may you be? My name is Yang. I run errands on the daily. I was the one who called the officials yesterday. May I ask you about the case? Of course. Everyone around knows that I'm warm-hearted, considerate, helpful, friendly. Just tell me about what happened this morning. Master Lo loves rice cakes. Every morning, Master Lo will ask me to deliver a bundle. As I specialize in errand running, my service is 100% impeccable. Everyone around knows. Just tell me about what you saw when you arrived at Lo Pai's courtyard. Usually, Master Lo is already out of bed and exercising in the courtyard, waiting for me. Exercising? That sounds really good. This morning, when I came to deliver the rice cakes as usual, I didn't see Lo Pai anywhere. I thought he probably overslept, so I hollered for him, but there was no response. I saw the gates were open, so I went inside the courtyard and put the rice cakes on the table. Then somebody called out to me. It was Master Lo's nephew, Lo Shiwen. So he went over to knock on the door, but there was still no response at all. Lo Shiwen smelled blood and asked me to call officials. Can you really smell blood from that far away? Everyone is talking about it like it's normal, but I don't know. I saw someone die at the airport. I didn't smell anything, so, but, you know. I was so scared, so I ran all the way to the government office and got Officer Ma. Officer Ma and Lo Shiwen kicked open the door together while I waited outside. You mean to say that you never entered Lo Pai's house? After hearing someone died in there, my legs were scared stiff. How could I dare go in? I was planning to leave, but a soldier came and blocked the gate, so I got stranded here. I understand now, thank you. Is there anything else you want to ask? Did he give him the rice cakes yesterday? The rice cakes Lo Pai eats are delivered by you, is that correct? Sure, I deliver them every day. Everyone around knows that I do my job seriously. I passed out after eating a rice cake last night. Apparently it was laced with knockout drugs. What? It wasn't me. I didn't do that. Don't be ridiculous. I have nothing against Lo Pai and never even met you before. Why would I do that? Did the rice cakes you delivered to Lo Pai ever pass through the hands of someone else? Impossible. If something is handed to me, there's no way I'd give it to someone else. But I heard he loves rice cakes. He never turned them down. Maybe it was a gift from a reader. Do you know of anyone who gifted him rice cakes? Not a clue. How about you let me go and ask Mr. Cow? Everyone around knows that I'm... No, thank you. Is there anything else you want to ask? Didn't the nephew say he delivers them sometimes too? I think the nephew is suspicious. I think the nephew is in on it. Let's see. Yang, I heard that you once had a grudge with Lo Pai. Is that true? No, no way. How could I ever have the guts to hold a grudge against Master Lo? Lo Pai noticed you stealing his money and you were beaten at the court for it, am I wrong? That was a misunderstanding. How could that even count as a grudge? I saw silver coins on the floor, so I wanted to pick them up and return them to him. That's all in the past. If Mr. Shen hadn't reminded me, I would have forgotten about it already. I don't know, he looks kind of suspicious, right? Like, his face is... I don't know, it's given guilty, but... I think maybe it's just a red herring. That was only half a month ago, you're forgetting so soon. Could it be that you felt wronged by Lo Pai, then decided to kill him out of vengeance? That's a wrongful accusation. I don't even have the guts to kill a chicken, let alone a person. When you arrived on scene this morning, were there any other people around? No, no one, but Lo Shiwen arrived pretty much right after. I've already told you everything about my morning in detail. Do you need me to repeat myself? Yeah, one more. Oh, he's repeating. Okay. Probably overslept, hollered, no response. Okay, so the nephew wasn't inside, though. He arrived after. Call the officials. mean to say that you never entered Lopai's house. I don't know. I still like sticking with my original theory that there was someone in the wardrobe, right? Like the body was put in the wardrobe. Wait until this guy passed out. They took the body out of the wardrobe and dressed him up like Lopai to frame this guy. To make it seem like, okay, Lopai is dead and it's this guy and the case is closed. But I think it's Lopai. I think Lopai is behind it. Because he's trying to get out of whatever happened in London, right? How much do you know about Lopai? Master Lo is a celebrity, I'm just an errand runner. Since Officer Ma is familiar with Master Lo, why don't you go and ask Officer Ma about this? What do you mean by that? I caught sight of Master Lo and Officer Ma meeting in private several times. Wait, whoa. Are they close friends with one another? There was one time when they got into a fight and Officer Ma even unsheathed his blade. Okay, well I could see that because Officer Ma takes out his blade for everything. What were they arguing about? I didn't have the guts to eavesdrop. Officer Ma was already fuming. I need to confirm the dispute with Officer Ma. Is there anything else you want to ask? No, you're good. Okay, so Officer Ma also got into a fight. Chickens. Look, Shen, there are 2 free-range chickens. Sure, two chickens. Do you think they are involved in the case? I heard that the free-range chickens in this area have delicious meat because they walk so much. That's great, Afu. I'm really glad that you're on this case with us. Okay, let's go back inside and talk to Officer Ma. Oh, who goes there? Who gave you the nerve to break in? It's me, bruh. This is Afu, my assistant. Please allow him to assist me. We already made an exception by allowing your investigation, and now an assistant. He is mechanically minded and is skilled in comparing traces. He will be of great help. Oh, he can open the wardrobe now. That's called science. Yeah, science, bitch. Clear your doubts, Officer Ma. Since we've already allowed Mr. Shen to join in our investigations, let him do things his way. You have my gratitude. If you fail us, I'll add obstruction of official duties to your list of crimes. Okay, well I don't think that's worse than murder, but you know. Okay, let's open this first. Afu, this wardrobe is locked. Do you think you could find a way to open it? No problem, this kind of bolt pin spring lock is a piece of cake. I'll leave it to you then. Oh my god. Dude, he's so defensive because he's in on it too. They're all in on it, dude. The nephew, this guy, whoever that lady was that ran away, the editor, they're all in on it, I'm telling ya. What you doing touching that wardrobe for? I thought I told you not to mess with the crime scene. Officer Ma, this wardrobe is one of the few remaining blind spots. If this leads to an error in the investigation, surely no one would want to see that outcome. Of course, due diligence is crucial to this case. You better be careful when you're opening that. Why? Don't worry, Mr. Officer, I'm an expert on locks. This officer needs to be charged with obstruction of justice and being a public nuisance? Hell yeah. Slap him in iron. Oh, there is a minigame! Okay. Oh, is there like... Okay, there's like an order. Okay. Is it really just? No, okay. Nice! I love when there's like a little mini game for lockpicking. So fun. Crime scene investigation. Look, Shen. Looks like someone hid inside this wardrobe before. Yeah, the body, bro. The passed out body that's on the floor right now. Dude, I'm telling ya. I picked up on this from the beginning. Partition board removed, clothes piled, enough space for one to hide. Could it be that the murderer once hid inside this wardrobe? Nah, it was the body. I think you were right too, Aaliyah. I think the person sitting at the desk put on the coat, right? To act like Lobai, maybe? Or even if that really was Lobai. There is no rush to jump to conclusions. Let us first examine the scene carefully. Okay. Look, the partition board should have been laid horizontally on the wood frames. True, the color on the sides of the wood frame are old, yet the color on top seems new. It's also suspicious that they would put like the board against the clothes, almost like they were trying to prevent staining the clothes, you know? Because they didn't know who we were when we came to the door. Oh yeah, he was like, have we ever met before? Ooh, Aaliyah, that's sneaky. Okay, Detective Aaliyah. True, the color on the sides of the wooden frame are old, yet the color on top seems new. Okay. It's very likely that this partition board was removed recently. Shen, there's a strip of cloth over here. Could this be a clue? Take it out for further examination. It's a bunched up strip of cloth. It was probably used as a ribbon to tie up quilts. Nah, it was used to tie up a body. This ribbon is dirty in the middle. It seems to be smudged with dust. This quilt has traces of binding, so the ribbon most likely was removed from there. How would someone remove the ribbon from a bundled quilt and stuff it inside the clothes? It's quite peculiar. We need to record this situation. Okay, ribbon, tough fabric, smudged with dust. Used to tie quilts, but it was removed and stuffed into the clothes pile. What is this? What's that black spot? A wood chip. All the clothes are clean. I guess a piece broke off from the partition board. The color and texture of this wood chip differs from that of the partition board. Huh. Oh, is it, I'm knowledgeable in wood? Of course you are. Let me take a look. Is it, I think this piece goes to the latch on the door. Okay, do you guys see the vision? This piece is from the latch on the door. It's so, okay. They took a piece from the latch on the door so that it was easier for the guy to kick in. It really is different. Let me smell it as well. Afu, why are we smelling wood? Without a doubt, it's not the same material as the partition board. Explain your deduction. It's camphor! Yeah! Camphor wood wardrobes can repel insects and leave a lasting fragrance on clothes stored within. Dude, the pieces are coming together. However, this chip has no fragrance. It's brownish and hard. It seems more like pine wood. Why would a pine wood chip appear in a wardrobe made of camphor wood? Worth noting. Okay. So that's why the body on the floor, right, smells like camphor wood, because it was stuffed into this wardrobe. Need to keep an eye out for objects made from pine wood in this house. Dude, I already know. The door is fine. Yeah. Dude. Wait, this game is hella fun. Okay, we still need, what, 2 more clues? Seems quite odd. Have you noticed something unusual? Yeah. I can't believe you didn't already notice it, but just tell me anyway in case I miss it. Look closely at the bottom of the wardrobe. The left side with clothes has collected dust. Yeah, like they haven't used it in a while. Putting you on this case instead of that Officer Ma? Dude, it's cause it's Officer Ma. Its empty space to the right is unusually clean, as if it had just been wiped. Then it seems like someone cleaned this place. Yeah. Didn't the body also have dust on it? The corpse? Yeah. simple and modest front door made of pine wood. The broken latch still hangs on the door, exposing the brown lines within. You don't want to cross-reference? Facts. Tales? Oh, we have a lot. Hang on. Tales of the Moon Colony. Tales of the Moon Colony can be rated as the ancestor of Chinese science fiction. Ooh, that's cool. Let's see. Serialized and illustrated fiction. Total of 35 chapters. And no ending. Wait, really? I kind of want to look this up. Hold on, let me make a note. Okay, the subject of the novel is a peculiar balloon in which the main character travels across the sea in search of his wife and children, whilst encountering aliens from the moon. This novel combines the vernacular style of traditional novels with the essence of science fiction, creating a work of high artistic value. Wow, that's so cool. I think I will maybe order a copy. That seems like something I would really like to have in my library. Under the influence of Chinese people are increasingly eager to explore Western culture. During this time, novels easily became new favorites due to their accessibility and widespread publication, amongst which Western detective fiction, with its intricate plots and ingenious case designs, became the top choice for the majority of people. The stories of Sherlock Holmes was a big hit ever since it was first translated into Chinese and published in the Current Affairs newspaper in 1896. Dude, that's so cool. Obstruction of official duties. According to the new criminal code of the Qing dynasty, the suspicious any person who commits atrocities or coercion when an official is performing their duties shall be sentenced. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we don't want to connect this yet, but I mean, we know, we know this is together. Hair smelled of camphor wood. So he was obviously in the wardrobe. Wore a fake mustache. And then I think maybe used like tied up with this. Okay, we can talk to Officer Ma. You're all over the place. You're not messing with the crime scene, are you? Rest assured, Officer Ma, I'm a professional. In order to find out the truth, I would like Officer Ma to answer a few of my questions. Yeah, I got more questions, buddy. Officer Ma, I heard that you once had a dispute with Lo Pai. Could you... The audacity! How dare you! Sorry, I wanted some chai tea. I have yet to confirm a suspect now. I also believe that Officer Ma has nothing to hide. I bet you heard this rumor from Yang, didn't you? Master Lo enjoyed drinking with me and talking about my past cases, for source material. But Master Lo is always listening to me. He rarely talks about himself.
Amethyst Spritz
So I got to
offering.
asking. Only then did I know how hard it was to write stuff and what he had to deal with from his fame. I was drunk and riled up, drawing out my sword to ask the gods why they'd make Master Lo suffer. He was born to put all of his talent to write in books. Yang saw us when he came to deliver something, but I didn't know he would do me dirty like that. Me? Have a fight with Master Lo? Baloney. Okay. Here's what we are thinking, right? Did Lo Pai commit suicide? I'm saying no. I don't think so. I think Lo Pai is actually behind the faking of his death. Lo Pai and Officer Ma's dispute. So Officer Ma said that he was talking to Lo Pai. Usually when they are talking, right? Lo Pai is just listening because Officer Ma is talking about like past cases. And Lo Pai is trying to get like ideas for his stories. But in the last time they talked, Officer Ma asked Lo Pai a bunch of questions. And he got like, I guess, upset because being an author is so hard and so much, so painful. And he just felt so bad for Lo Pai that he took his sword out to yell about it because he was just so upset that Lo Pai is in such a stressful job. Says the officer who is in charge of murder investigations and things like this. I don't know. I think he's lying. I think Officer Ma is suspicious as fuck. And I guess that was all that they were quote-unquote arguing about. So, I think Officer Ma and the nephew are in on it. Oh, and the editor. Dude, we still haven't talked to the editor, though. Okay, let's see if Judge Chang has anything for us. I was not aware of anything unusual. Lo Shi went and shook the door. Officer Ma kicked it open. We found you and Lo Pai covered in blood. No one suspicious was discovered. Okay, we did all this. They really loved him here. Okay, how do I, like, start the investigation? Can I click? Oh, I can click on these. Maybe Lo Pai was feeling too much pressure to be an author since they named the town after his book and all. Yeah, that's what I think too. And then also remember... Oh no, but remember what you said. We don't even think that was Lo Pai when we came in. Right? Because he didn't know who we were. So I think he was already missing from the beginning. Okay, hang on. Let's do this first. We're getting ahead of ourselves. So, did Lo Pai commit suicide? I did not find any hesitation wounds on Lo Pai. That is very unusual for a suicide case, right? There are no injuries caused by a fight or a fall. It is also quite unusual for a homicide case. Okay, so they think that because he didn't have any like prior wounds of like self-harm, that it wasn't suicide. But they also think that because he didn't like have any injuries from fighting back, that it's not a homicide. I think because of the powder on his collar, right? He was already passed out. So I think he was passed out, hiding, like locked away in the wardrobe. Whoever this guy is, I don't think this is Lo Pai. Perhaps this can explain why there aren't any defense wounds present. The rice cake crumbs. The reason why there weren't any defense wounds was because he was passed out. Yeah, Lo Pai ate the rice cakes that contained knockout drugs, the same ones I ate. He was in a state of unconsciousness when he was murdered. There must have been another person in the room at that time. That person is the murderer. Who could it have been? How were they able to leave the locked room? Because I think Officer Ma, right, and the nephew, because they were the... Oh no, they weren't the first person on scene, it was Yang. Is Yang in on it too? No, he was murdered, yeah. The room was locked. Oh, okay. How did the murderer leave? I think somebody let him out, but we'll get back to that. Okay, let's do this. We know this one, right? Where did the wood chip found in the wardrobe come from? That came from the front door. Why is this wood chip worth investigating? How is it connected to this case? Isn't it common for something dirty to stick onto clothes? Yeah, but it was on the door, dude. The wood chip appears between two piles of clean clothes. Also, it is made of a different wood. That's the reason why I'm so interested. Its relevance to the case depends on where it came from. Came from this place. The front door. This wood chip fell from the door latch, yeah. The material and texture is a perfect match with the door latch's fracture. This may just be the key to unlocking the truth. But very strange, how could a wood chip from the fracture of a door latch appear in a wardrobe? As the case gradually becomes clearer, the answer will come to light. Yeah. Okay. Disappearing coat. If the room was locked, the coat could not have just disappeared into thin air. The fact that the coat of the deceased is missing is particularly odd. Assuming Ma was honest, before they arrived on scene, the room was locked with no way in or out. This coat must definitely still be inside the room. I should talk with Lo Pai's relative. I need to obtain more information on the coat. Okay. So we have to talk to this guy? In order to uncover the truth, I need to ask you a few more questions. Your uncle's attire coat, deerstalker. and false mustache was quite unusual. The hat and the mustache were all characteristics of his novelist identity. He purposely dressed himself up this way to become famous. Oh. Okay, so this is Lopai, then, surely. So that's one, like, factor we can take out. So Lopai was stuffed in the wardrobe because there was already a bite missing from the rice cake, so he already ate it. So then he got put in the wardrobe, and then whoever was pretending to be Lopai is the murderer. It's just figuring out who that was. That ill-fitting strange coat was also one of his characteristics. Strange coat? You mean that western wind coat he wore all the time? Precisely, the wind coat made of silk. The tailor-made coat was one of my uncle's characteristics. He spent a lot to hire the best tailor and use the best fabric for the coat, but it turned out... Okay, the fact that this wind coat is not present at the crime scene is what caught my attention. So you're saying that my uncle's coat disappeared into thin air? Perhaps the murderer took it with them. The way you said it, Mr. Shen, sounds as if it were a plot from a novel. Yeah, almost, huh? Oh, okay, wait, that's all we get? Okay, I thought maybe we would learn more from him, but... Do you think there's anything outside? I can talk to him, look at the rice cake, chickens, and then this guy telling me to turn around. I think everything we need is inside right now, right? So this is white, right? It means maybe we already figured it out. According to Lo Shiwen, this coat was tailor-made for Lopai. The coat was one of the characteristics of Lopai's novelist identity. He always wore it. Something of such importance ought to be left at the scene. However, it is no longer in this room. The murderer is the only person who has left this room. He must have taken the coat with him. The murderer must have had a reason to do so. Okay, interesting. Could it be that Yang killed him out of revenge? When I questioned him about the quarrel, Yang seemed somewhat flustered. Furthermore, he had a chance to tamper with the rice cakes. Maybe Yang did kill him out of revenge. For some reason I don't think so. I mean, I think he's shady, but I think he's like a red herring. This ribbon is dirty in the middle. It must have been used in some way to leave such a smudge. Do you think the murderer took the ribbon to bind you or Lopai? Yeah, I think he tied up Lopai, right? There are no rope marks present on both Lopai and me. Okay, I didn't think about that. Then again, this ribbon, I can't help but feel like I've seen it before. Where was it? Oh, I don't know, dude. What the hell? I remember now. When I arrived last night, I saw cloth strips hanging from the ceiling. What? What the helly? I did not see that. Alright, this guy... We are playing checkers and this guy is playing chess. Holy hell, I did not see that. Could it be that Lopai was strangled to death before he was stabbed? No, because... Okay, Afu, you're quickly becoming my favorite character, but let's be real here. He doesn't have anything on his neck, right? So it couldn't be. Yeah, then there would be strangulation marks around the corpse's neck. Okay. Seems like their relationship is quite complicated. No, I think Officer Ma is a fanboy and Lopai has to entertain him or use him for information for his book. Officer Ma tried to make light of the situation during our discussion. However, my intuition tells me that his connection with Lopai is not as simple as he depicts. Yeah, and he definitely has something to do with it. It seems like something is missing from the desk. Okay, this was what I was thinking, why I thought Lopai was still alive, because I thought he took his unfinished manuscript with him. Nothing useful on the desk, however, I felt something was unusual about it. It seems like something is missing. What could it be? I think it's the manuscript he was working on the night before, right? I hung the door latch. Lopi and I were the only ones inside until Officer Ma broke in. The only way to enter or exit the room is by going through the wooden front door. Oh my gosh. Is it something to do with the mirror? How did the murderer leave the scene without removing the door latch? Is there something like going on like behind the mirror or something? Because he mentions it a lot. Or perhaps the other way, how did the murderer latch the door from the outside? It's a Western style mirror. Seems somewhat out of place compared with the other furniture in this room. Therefore... yes, and? Seems that there are no clues here. Okay.
沈先生，你已经里里外外看了几遍了，
Okay.
也该跟张大人说说你的推理了吧？
Mr. Shen, you've looked through this place. Should you explain your reasoning to Lord? Oh god. Okay, so I guess we've looked at everything we can do. It's time to come up with a
要是
theory.
推不出来，也别浪费时间了，带上镣铐，乖乖跟本部回衙门吧。
Quit wasting time if you ain't got a proper answer, just let me arrest you.
推理？现在？
Begin my deduction, now!
先生，
Shen,
怎么
what do we
办？
do? There are
我们还
still
有
a
很
lot
多
of
疑团尚未
mysteries we
解
haven't
开。
solved yet.
院子里能调查的地方，我们都已经查过了。
We've already examined all the places that could be investigated within the
即
courtyard.
便真相尚未完全明朗，
Even though the truth is yet to be clear, we need to discuss the case with Judge Chang. I don't know why Judge is so hard for me to say.
我想我们可以聊一聊这个案子了。
Judge Chang. Judge. Oh, I fucking hate. I'm just gonna skip it. I fucking hate that word. Can't they at least move the mirror to see what's behind it? That's what I'm saying. They mentioned the mirror so many times. Like, there has to be something to go on with the mirror. I believe that we are now able to discuss this case.
既然如此，
Alright, let's see. Deduction.
死者被发现的时候，这个房间处于密闭的状态。
When the deceased was discovered, this room was in a sealed-off state.
墙上的窗户不能进出，唯一的出入口是屋门。
The window cannot be opened, leaving us the front door locked from the inside.
当屋门被再次打开时，屋内只有我和死者两人。
When the front door was reopened, the deceased and I were the only people inside the room.
在这种情况下，所有人，甚至包括我自己，都会本能地认为，
Under these circumstances, everyone, including myself, would instinctively believe that
凶手就是还在屋内的
the
人。
murderer must be someone who is still within this room, which would be me.
这一来，我们便都忽略了。
We have all neglected the possibility of a third person hiding inside this room.
你倒说说看，这第三个人能藏身何处啊？
Where on earth would this third person be hiding?
当然是衣柜了。
That would be the wardrobe.
衣柜里的种种痕迹都表
All
明，
traces within the wardrobe show that someone was hiding inside it not long ago.
屋内还藏有一个人。沈先生，藏身于衣柜之中的人
Was the person hiding in the wardrobe the murderer? No. It was someone else.
藏身柜子中的
We know that for a fact, right? We have to. The person who hid inside the wardrobe was someone else.
哦。昨晚我到的时候，这个柜子就处于从外面锁住的状态。
When I arrived last night, this wardrobe was already locked from the outside.
如果柜子里的人是凶手，他是不可能出来杀人的。
If the person inside was a murderer, he would not have been able to get out by himself.
柜子里的人若不是凶手，
If the person inside the wardrobe was not the murderer, who could it have been?
昨晚到达罗佩家后，是我自己从屋内挂上了门栓。
Last night, I was the one who latched the door.
理论上，在那以后，
Theoretically, it's highly unlikely for anyone else to enter the scene after that.
床下堆满了书，衣柜上了锁。
Okay, there were books piled under the bed, the wardrobe was locked, nothing has changed.
而且有近期藏人的痕迹，但也是当时屋
Evidence
内
points to someone in the wardrobe, the only place to
血
hide.
迹分析表明，案发时除了我和罗佩，还有第三人存在。
The bloodstains prove a third person, the actual murderer, was present at the time of the crime.
如果昨晚藏于柜子中的人不是凶手，
If the person in the wardrobe was not the
那
murderer,
就只可能
then
是
it
这个人
could
了。
only be this person. Wait, if the person in the okay, the person in the wardrobe. So that's Lo Bai, right? It has to be. This person.
如果柜子藏的不是凶手的
It
话，
was definitely Afu, yeah. If the person hiding in the wardrobe was not the murderer,
那就只能是罗
then
佩。
it must have been Lo Bai.
一派胡言！
What a load of bull. Get a load
我
of
为
this
什么要
guy.
躲进自己家的衣柜里？
Why would Master Lo hide inside his own wardrobe? Is he playing hide and seek? Yeah, from you, you psychopath.
那是仅存的可能性了。
That is the only possibility
谢
left.
洛克曾说过，当你排除掉一切不可能之后，剩下的即使再离奇，也是事实真相。
When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth.
沈先生，罗佩藏进柜子中的理由
Mr.
是
Shan, what is the reason for Lo Bai to hide inside the wardrobe? It was not of his own will, yeah.
不，
Did not hide inside the wardrobe. He was drugged.
而是
Drugged?
被人藏进去的。
He was hid inside by someone else.
先生，如果昨晚藏在柜子里的人是罗佩，那你见到的人又是谁？
If the person hiding inside the wardrobe last night was Lo Bai, then who did you meet?
是啊，你不是刚刚还说挂上门栓后，屋内只见到了罗佩一人吗？
Didn't you just say that you only saw Lo Bai in the room when you hung the door latch?
昨天晚上我在这间屋子里见到的人，
Yeah, okay, it wasn't Lo Bai,
而是凶手。
but the murderer. Okay.
我昨晚到达罗佩家时，屋内灯火尚明，
This is getting tense. When I arrived at Lo Bai's house last night, the candle inside was still lit.
但我敲了很久的门，才有人回应。
But I knocked on the door for quite some time before someone responded. And they didn't
在开门
recognize
之
us.
前，对方还特地确认我们是否见过面。
Before opening the door, they even specifically tried to confirm if we had ever met before. Ah, because if we had met them in person, we would know that it wasn't Lo Bai, right?
既然你昨夜见到的不是罗佩本人，早上见到尸体时又怎会认不出来？
If the person you met was not Lo Bai, how couldn't you recognize the corpse this morning?
昨夜见面时，他压低帽檐，戴假胡子，又有意背对着我。
Yeah, okay,
而那
okay.
时，真正的罗佩应该已经吃下带蒙汗药的糕点。
Okay.
你刚说的这个嘛，倒确实能解释房间里存在第三
They're
个
like, okay, this guy's spitting facts.
马捕头，你怎么看？
Officer Ma, what do you reckon? Why are you asking this
都是
guy?
些猜测罢了。
This guy sucks, dude.
你可有证据能证明藏在柜子里的人就是罗翁？
You got any evidence that proves the person who is hiding inside the wardrobe is Master Lo? It's his hair, right? Oh, I can't do that. Can I submit this? Cause I want to use his hair smelled of camphor wood. Let's try it.
这是先生对尸体进行初步调查的结果，它能说明很多问题。
So autopsy report from our initial investigations. It'll answer a lot of questions.
首先，
Okay, okay, yeah,
罗
there
佩
we
的头
go.
发上能闻到轻微的樟木香味。
Smells of camphor wood,
这能证
confirming
明
he
他
hid
在衣
inside the
柜里。
wardrobe. Yeah, yeah.
此话怎？
这个柜子是樟木所制，有香味，可驱虫。衣物
Camphor
放里面
wardrobe
一段
repels
时间
insects
会染
and
上
leaves
香
a
味。
lasting fragrance on clothes stored within. Dude, I need camphor wood in like my entire house because the amount of fucking bugs I've had to kill since I moved here is crazy.
罗佩的衣服染香，头发却不该染香，除
Even
非
if Lo Bai's clothes catch the scent, his hair should not. Unless...
罗佩在衣柜里待过，并且他的头是一直贴着柜板的。
你不要忘了，罗翁平时是戴帽子，
Don't you forget Master Lo usually wears a hat.
那也可能是帽子上的香味。
That could have just been the scent from his hat. His hat has no scent. Coats and hats worn frequently don't go in the wardrobe. Mr. Shen's seduction is indeed
本
reasonable.
官很想知道，
What else have you found on the
大人
deceased?
请看，死者领口有一些白色的糯米粉，
What glutinous rice powder on the collar of deceased? Rice cake crumbs,
说
yeah,
明他
yeah.
和我一样， 吃下了带有蒙汗药
Seaside
的
rice
茶膏。
cakes laced with knockout
死者被
drugs.
人连刺3刀而亡，
Stabs 3
身上却
times.
没有抵抗伤。
Defense wounds also proves this
死
point.
者贴着假胡子，却有些不牢，明显是被人摘下
Oh,
又贴回
removed
去
and
的。
reattached. Interesting.
这些细节都印证了我刚刚的推论。昨天晚上，我见到的罗佩是凶手假扮的。
The Lopa I met last night was actually impersonated by the murderer.
什么人胆敢假扮成罗翁？
Okay, we've actually been really lucky or good at figuring this stuff out before it happened, but I still don't know who the person is that impersonated the Lopai.
沈先生这番分析，不过，直到马捕
Up
头
until
破
Officer
门
Ma
而
broke
入，
down the door, the room was locked from the inside.
对呀、凶手是怎么做到在
How
反
could the
锁门
murderer
栓的
walk
情
out
况
of
下
that room
离
when
开
it
屋
was
子的？
locked?
大门是唯一的出口，而门栓只能从屋内插上。
二位请看，这便是
This
破
is the
解
key
门栓
evidence to
之谜
solving the mystery of the
关键
door
证据。
latch. Okay, the little wood chip, yeah. Dude, just tell me who did it. This is killing
木
me.
茬
This is like when I get to like the end of one of my mystery books, I start to like I feel like I start to fly through the paragraphs because they're recapping everything, and I just want to get to the end. Like yeah, I know. Okay, but who did it?
对，关键就在这颗木茬上。
Key lies within this wood
这我就
chip.
不懂
I
了。
don't get it. Of course you
开
don't,
柜
because you're
板
an
的时候
idiot.
掉落一些木茬在柜子里。
And it normal for some
不是挺
stubble
正
to
常的
fall
吗？
from the partition board when it's moving around.
不，
No,
这不正常。
it is abnormal.
首先，
Wood chip did not
木茬
fall on
并
the
不是落在
partition
柜门
board.
上，
It appeared
而
on
是
a
出
pile
现
of
在衣柜
clean
里。
clothes.
更重要的是，柜子
The
里
inner
的板
wardrobe is
材
made of
是防
camphor
风
wood.
的。
This is
阿
pine
福
wood.
仔细
Yeah,
比较
yeah.
过它的
Afu
材质和
carefully
纹理。
checked.
换句话说，
Come on, who
这
is
是门
it?
栓断裂时崩出的木茬。在马捕头破门
As
而入
Officer
时，
Ma kicked in, the
衣柜明
wardrobe
明
had
上
been
着锁，
clearly
刚刚
locked
才被阿福打开，
until unlocked by Afu just now.
这是极不正常。
This is extremely abnormal.
这可奇怪了，
Why would the wood chip
为
appear
什么
inside the
木茬会
wardrobe?
出现
I don't have an answer. I actually don't know. I think it's important though, right? I just don't know it.
是什么理由导致木茬出现在衣柜里？
I've yet to completely
现在还没
deduce
法
what
完
caused
全
the
推
wood
断
chip
出
to
来。
appear inside the wardrobe.
不过，这个问题在现阶段并不重要，
This issue is insignificant at this stage. What? How is it insignificant?
重要的是
I feel like it's quite
木茬进
important.
入衣柜的时间，以及这个
What
时
I
间
need to
所揭
focus
示的
on
事
is
实。
when the wood chip entered the wardrobe and what it uncovers.
沈先生，不要卖关子了，快告诉本官，他揭示了什么事实？
Yeah, stop beating around the bush, dude.
木茬会出现在衣柜中，说明它从门栓上崩裂的时间比衣柜上锁的时间要早。
The wood chip flew. Oh. Okay, so I think I know it now. So Lopai was in the room, obviously, right, working on his book. He locked the door probably before going to bed. So whoever broke in the first time, maybe the wood chip fell off, and then the assault happened, right? The body went in the wardrobe, the wood chip went with it, the guy changed clothes. Because Lopai is wearing like undergarments, which are from the wardrobe. When he usually wears like his detective outfit when he is writing. So whoever the assailant is changed their clothes. So that's when the wood chip fell off. And then I think they talk about like mustache glue, right? Maybe he mustache glued the board back together? I don't know. I feel like something crazy is gonna...
也就是说，门栓断的时候，
Which means that when the door
衣柜的门
latch
还开着。
broke, the door to the wardrobe was still open.
先生，我们所知的最近的
The
衣柜
most
门
recent
还
time
开
we
着
know
的
of
时
that the
间，
wardrobe doors were
应该
open
是在你醒来之前吧？
should be before you woke up.
没错，
这
Doesn't
这
that
不就
mean-
说明
说明在马捕头踹开门之前，屋门上的门栓就已经
Yeah,
断了。
yeah. Okay. I was right. Oh, they had me second guessing myself. That means that before Officer Ma kicked open the door latch was already broken. Yeah. And they glue it back together with the mustache glue.
换句话说， 这根本不是什么。
This is not a locked room at all. Dude, Officer Ma is so
不愧
cooked.
是先生啊！
我说呢，
No wonder the door was so easy to kick open. I just thought it was shabby and
当时
old.
还以为是房子的
Yeah,
过
whatever
错
you say, Officer Ma. I don't know, the nephew's also been real quiet this whole time.
凡有接触，必留痕迹。
All contact leaves traces.
凶手自以为杀
The
人
murderer's
家伙
plan
计
was
划
flawed by a
天衣无缝
wood chip left in the
Wilde summoned
wardrobe
an
as
offering.
incriminating
将木
evidence.
茶蜡，而这颗小小的木
This
茶
tiny wood chip not only exposed their cunning scheme,
更让我顺藤摸瓜，
but also allowed me to follow their footprints and deduce their true identity. Oh
杀
no.
死罗佩的凶
The
手
person
就
who
是
murdered Lopai is... What? Oh shit. Okay. The black chicken! Of course, the murderer all along. Okay. Oh shit.